Greetings and welcome. I have a question for you as a family physician. It's a private inquiry. Have you ever simply taken a look at your life? Perhaps your health is good. You may feel flat, as if the color has gradually faded from your days. Even though your financial situation is secure, you should be enjoying your retirement, but there's this persistent feeling that, well, this is it. It's simply growing older, we tell ourselves. It's simply a typical aspect of life. But what if I told you that the true adversary isn't simply growing older? A form of mental exhaustion, a profound tiredness of the spirit, is the true enemy. And as a medical practitioner, I'm here to warn you that this weariness is just as harmful and hazardous as any physical condition. Dr. Wallace is my name, and during the course of my 30 years as a physician, I have often witnessed a fundamental reality come to pass. The distinction between a senior who just gets by and one who genuinely flourishes after turning 70. It is rarely their physical state or even their 401k. It's the way they think. John, my patient, will always be in my memory. A beautiful 72-year-old man with an outstanding pension and excellent health for his age. He was fading, even though he had everything by the book. It was evident in his eyes. "Doc, I guess my best days are over. I'm just waiting," he said as he sat in my office, allowing regret, dread, and this mental fog to drain his energy. He was not living, but he was surviving. However, I have fantastic news. John is doing well right now. He has changed as a man. Why? Because we collaborate to let go of the burdensome mental baggage that was preventing him from moving forward. I'll describe the precise system we employed in this video. Pop psychology is not what this is. Based on decades of experience with thousands of patients just like you, this is useful, practical information. Your most potent decade to date will be unlocked by us. We'll list 5 limiting beliefs that you need to let go of. There are 5 unexpected places where you can find true freedom and 5 powerful activities you must begin today. The 5th place is the one that most people ignore, but it's the most effective weapon I know for combating loneliness, so please make sure you listen all the way through. It could be the key you've been searching for. I really want to know before we get started, how many of you have ever experienced the feeling that your finest days are over? If even a small portion of what I've stated resonates with you, just leave a simple yes comment below. It informs me that you are present. More significantly, it lets people in our community know they're not alone. All right, let's begin. Okay, so first we need to get rid of the mental clutter that has been impeding our progress. They are the ones that undermine themselves, the beliefs that undermine our health. Section 1. You need to let go of these 5 limiting beliefs, the self-destructors. The first belief. I've moved past my best days. This is the one that destroys hope. It's the persistent, nagging sense that the best aspects of life, love, adventure, and purpose, are all behind us. Something risky occurs when you genuinely begin to believe this. In a biological sense, your brain really reduces dopamine production. That is the potent chemical of reward and anticipation. You literally cease anticipating things, and you begin to fade when you stop looking forward. It's the quickest route I'm aware of to feeling old and aimless. Mary, my 74-year-old patient, was amazing. That's exactly what she said to me. "Doc, why even bother?" She had ceased trying new things and making new people, and he would declare, "My best days are over." In essence, she had made her life a museum of her own history. She was utterly cut off to the possibility of creating new memories, merely dusting off old ones. She was not alive, but she was surviving. This is the action plan then. You have to intentionally replace that thought. You have to stop thinking that and replace it with this. Today, I'm making a new favorite memory. It has nothing to do with scaling Mount Everest. It's about concentrating on little, attainable daily pleasures, like the ideal first cup of coffee on your porch, a lengthy phone conversation with an old buddy, or a stroll in the sun. Keep in mind that duration has no bearing on your future. It has to do with quality. It has to do with novelty. The second belief is that I'm too old to care or learn. This second belief is sneaky. It's a perilous, self-fulfilling prophecy that says, I'm too old to learn something new. Or, worse, I'm too old to matter. Your brain receives a direct chemical signal to stop creating new connections when you tell yourself you are done learning. It is an order to atrophy, to shut down. This is the cause of that awful sense of insignificance. At family get-togethers, it's what causes people to withdraw and sit quietly in the corner, thinking, oh, no one wants to hear my old stories. You start to feel invisible. Here's the scientific reality, though. Novelty is what your brain loves. Neuroplasticity is a lovely term for it. It implies that your brain may develop, evolve, and adapt at any age, 60, 70, 80, or even 90. However, you must explain why. You need to challenge it. It is a direct application of the use it or lose it mentality. This is the action then. Today, you need to embrace the mindset of a lifelong learner. Enroll in a free online course on any topic you've always been interested in. American history, the fundamentals of art, the operation of an automobile engine. Volunteering. Teaching a youngster to read. Your life experience and your wisdom are all timeless. It is a precious and valuable product. Take it that way from now on. The third belief is that I ought to have acted differently. The third belief, the weighty anchor of regret, is the one I see the most. Living in the should-haves, I ought to have accepted that position. I ought to have been a better dad. I ought to have handled things differently. The main cause of despair and anxiety in my elderly patients is this continual reliving of the past, or what we refer to as chronic rumination. It resembles a rocking chair exactly. It offers you something to do, but all it does is make you exhausted. It depletes all of your valuable energy for the day by squandering it on a past that is unchangeable. It's like attempting to drive a car while only seeing in the rearview mirror when you live in the past. What takes place? You will undoubtedly crash. What is behind you cannot be altered. It's finished, but if you stress over it, you may completely ruin your day. There are two antidotes: acceptance and forgiveness. You have to acknowledge that every decision you made, whether good or bad, brought you to this precise point. You should apologize to someone if you truly need to. Make the call. It is immensely liberating. However, you must then consciously choose to focus your energy on a constructive goal in the here and now. As a self-promise to let it go, please feel free to leave a remark below if you've ever felt burdened by remorse. Although it's a tiny step, it's a significant beginning. Fourth belief: I should rest and slow down. This fourth belief seems so logical, doesn't it? I've retired. I deserve it. I should take a break and ease down. Let me be really clear now. Rest is essential. Restorative deep sleep is essential. However, there is a very dangerous distinction between inactivity and rest. Excessive inactivity. It is poisonous to simply sit in a recliner and watch the world pass by day after day. It immediately results in what doctors refer to as disuse syndrome. Your muscles atrophy. Your bones start to break easily. Your thoughts get hazy. Both your brain and your body require stimulation. They were made to move and solve problems. Imagine a brand new car that hasn't been started in a year and has been stored in a garage. What takes place? The battery runs out. There are flat patches on the tires. The gaskets become dry. Simply by not being used, it deteriorates. The same is true of your body. It was designed with engagement in mind. Thus, you need to redefine rest. Consider it active recuperation from now on. This means that you alternate mental difficulties, such as reading a challenging book or solving a puzzle, with mild physical activities, such as gardening, stretching, or taking a dog for a walk. Maintain a well-balanced schedule. Set aside time for both physical activity and genuine restorative sleep. But cease. Please don't just sit around. The fifth belief is that I ought to remain at home. The world is too perplexing. And the fifth belief, possibly the most poisonous of them, I ought to just stay at home. The world is too perplexing. It's too risky. It's no longer for me. This is seclusion motivated by dread. It's also a terrible downward spiral. You stay inside because you're afraid after watching the news. Additionally, staying indoors makes the outside world seem more foreign, which heightens your fear. You are the one who created this prison. And until your environment is down to just 4 walls, the barriers simply keep becoming smaller. Since this is a matter of life or death, I will be direct. The science is clear. Persistent loneliness. It may be more detrimental to your long-term health than smoking 15 cigarettes a day to feel alone and alienated. Give that some thought. 15 cigarettes. Your heart, brain, and immune system are all poisoned by it. This is the strategy then. You retaliate. Using the tiny brave step rule, you retaliate. You don't need to plan a global vacation. Every week, pick one tiny activity that pushes you just a little bit beyond your comfort zone. Go to the new library location on the other side of town. Instead of going to your typical lunch place, try that new restaurant. Visit the community center to attend a free lecture. One tiny, courageous step at a time. You can end the cycle and reclaim your environment in this way. Section 2. You need to begin these 5 effective acts right now. The boosters for power. All right, the trash has been removed. Those 5 poisonous ideas have been eliminated. We have so much more mental room now, don't we? We must fill it with positive items that will boost your mood. Here are 5 effective things you need to do right now. The 6th action is to never overlook humor and laughter. The first thing to do is to always remember to laugh. It's really simple to grow serious as we age. Our health is a concern. We watch the evening news and worry about our children. However, laughter is a free form of medication. It's not merely enjoyable. It's an intense bodily experience. When you laugh deeply and authentically, your body reacts right away. Your stress hormones, particularly cortisol, are reduced by it. That's the risky one that puts stress on your heart and increases abdominal fat. It increases endorphins, which are your body's natural analgesics. Your immune system is even strengthened by it. Consider it. Recall the past. When was the last time you laughed heartily? The type that causes your eyes to water and your stomach to ache. For hours afterward, how did you feel? Lighter, huh? More at ease. It wasn't simply in your imagination. Your entire body underwent a truly beneficial chemical shift. I'm giving you a daily dosage of laughing then. See a humorous film. Look for a timeless classic that appeals to you every time. Read funny stories. Watch I Love Lucy and The Carol Burnett Show. And most importantly, spend time with friends and family who truly make you laugh. Make a daily commitment to find one thing to chuckle at. The 7th action is to always practice gratitude on a daily basis. The 7th action is to always practice gratitude on a daily basis. This is the issue that we are battling. Survival is ingrained into our minds. This implies that everyone has a leaning towards negative, are designed to look for dangers in the horizon. The awful news, the fresh soreness in our knee, the bill that just arrived. Although it's an old survival instinct, it's a horrible way to live in the modern world. The remedy is gratitude. It is a powerful psychological force. It is your brain's active retraining. It goes beyond simply being kind. It's a mental exercise that makes your brain look for the good rather than the bad. Robert was a great patient of mine, but he was constantly grumpy. There's always something to gripe about. I gave him a single, easy assignment to complete. Margaret, his wife, called my office 2 weeks later. She was on the verge of tears. She said, "Doctor, I don't know what you did, but it's like I have my husband back.
It is that powerful. So here is your simple practical action. Get a small notebook. Put it right by your bed. Every single morning before your feet hit the floor, write down 3 specific small things you're thankful for. Not just my family. Be specific. The way the sun is hitting the curtains. My daughter called me yesterday. This warm first cup of coffee. It sets a positive, powerful tone for your entire day. Action number 8. Never stop planning for the future. Action number 8. Never stop planning for the future. When we're working, our lives are dictated by deadlines, goals, and projects. Then we retire and all of that external structure can vanish. It's so easy to fall into a rut where one day just bleeds into the next and the brain, it gets bored. Your brain needs a reason to stay sharp. It needs a compelling why to get you out of bed in the morning, planning something, a future trip, a new project, a family gathering. It gives your brain a job. It gives it a clear, positive goal to work towards. It activates the reward and anticipation centers of the brain. The brain loves anticipation. It's the same feeling you got as a kid waiting for Christmas morning. That feeling that is rocket fuel for your mind. Planning a trip, even if it's just a simple weekend getaway to a state park or planning to build a model airplane, or finally organizing all those family photos into albums, it gives you a deadline. It gives you a purpose. So, right now, I want you to think of one project or one trip or one major event like a big 80th birthday party, and I want you to get out a calendar and put it on a date. Put it 6 months from now. Give your brain a compelling, exciting reason to function at its absolute best. Action number 9. Never let a sunshiny day pass by inside. This next one, action number 9. It sounds so simple, I'm almost embarrassed to say it. But it's critically important. Never let a sunshiny day pass by while you are stuck inside. It is so easy to do, isn't it? We get busy with indoor chores. We get stuck in front of the TV watching the news, and the entire day just slips away. But getting outside for at least 15 minutes, just 15 minutes of direct sunlight is profoundly powerful. First, sunlight on your skin helps regulate your circadian rhythm. In simple terms, it fixes your internal body clock. This leads directly to deeper, more restorative sleep at night. Second, it is the single best way for your body to produce vitamin D, which as we age is essential for bone strength, a healthy immune system, and most importantly, your mood. That sunshine is the most powerful free antidepressant on the planet. It signals to your body at a deep cellular level that it's time to be awake, alert, and alive. So, make it a non-negotiable appointment. 15 minutes of sun. Combine it with gentle movement. Go do some light gardening. Take a short walk or just sit on a park bench. No phone. Just sit and soak it in. This one is so simple but so powerful. If you promise me you'll get 15 minutes of sun tomorrow, do me a favor and comment sunshine below. It's a promise to yourself. Action number 10. Never stop documenting your legacy. And action number 10, never stop documenting your legacy. When most people hear that word legacy, they immediately think about money. They think about a will. They think about what property they're going to leave. But your real legacy, your most valuable, priceless inheritance, is not your money. It's your stories. It's your values. It's the lessons you've learned from a long life. It is your wisdom. Think about it. Your grandchildren, they might appreciate the money. Sure, but they will never forget the story you told them about your first car or your first job or the story of how you met your spouse. They will never forget your famous apple pie recipe, your experiences, your unique life. That is priceless, and if you don't write it down or record it, it will be lost. This action, this isn't just for them, it's for you. The act of documenting your life solidifies your sense of worth. It reminds you that your life mattered. So, record your memories on your phone, write them down in a journal, compile your family recipes, write letters to your grandchildren for them to open on future milestones like their wedding day. This reminds you, you are not just a person, you are a legend, you are a legacy. Part 3. 5 places where you will find freedom, the freedom zones. Finally, part 3, you find your freedom zones. We've cleared the mind. We've started the actions. But where do you practice all this? You can't just do it in a vacuum. You have to break free from the 4 walls of your house. You have to break free from isolation. These are the 5 places, the environments that are built for growth and connection and joy. Freedom zone number 1, the local library or community center. The first freedom zone, your local library or community center. Now, I know you might need a place to connect, but you don't want to spend a lot of money and you don't want a lot of social pressure. The library is the single most underutilized resource we have in America. It is a hub for connection, for learning, and for cultural engagement. And it is almost always at low or no cost. These places, they are not just quiet, dusty rooms full of books anymore. They are buzzing community hubs. They have book clubs. They have craft classes. They have history lectures. They have free computer access. And they are filled with other curious, interesting people. Here is the mindset shift. Stop thinking of it as just the library. Start thinking of it as your personal university and your personal social club. It's a place where you are constantly and safely exposed to new ideas and new faces. Make it a point to visit just once a week. Go in, pick up a flyer, and just see what's happening. Freedom zone number 2, your own kitchen. This second freedom zone. This one might surprise you. It's your very own kitchen. When you live alone or even just as you get older, cooking can feel like a burden, a real chore. It becomes so easy to just pop a TV dinner in the microwave or just have a bowl of cereal. It's easy, but cooking for yourself, truly cooking, is a powerful act of defiance against frailty. It is an act of independence. Think about all the things it does. It maintains your fine motor skills, the chopping, the stirring, the measuring. It requires mental planning. What ingredients do I need? What's the first step? The second, and most importantly, you control your own nutrition. You're not getting all that hidden sodium, sugar, and preservatives from processed junk.
The simple act of chopping an onion, of stirring a pot, it keeps your hands and your mind engaged. It is a critical, profound act of self-care. So let's change the mindset. Stop seeing it as a chore. Start seeing it as a vital act of independence. Put on some music, and once a week, just once, cook a favorite recipe from your childhood, the one your mother used to make. The smell, the taste, it's all part of taking care of you. Freedom zone number 3, the park or nature trail during daylight. Freedom zone number 3, the local park or a nature trail. Here's the problem. In our modern lives, we are nature-starved. We are constantly surrounded by drywall, concrete, the noise of traffic, and the constant blue light of the television screen. But we are biological creatures. We were not meant to live in boxes. Being in nature, even a small city park, is medically proven to lower your blood pressure. It reduces that nasty stress hormone cortisol, and it dramatically improves your focus and your mood. There's a sense of perspective you get. It's hard to obsess over small daily worries when you're standing under a 100-year-old oak tree or watching a hawk ride the wind. It's grounding. It calms the static in your brain. So here's the action. Use these visits as your scheduled mindfulness time. You don't have to walk 5 miles. Just go and sit on a bench. Leave the phone in your pocket or in the car and just focus on your senses. What do you smell? The pine, fresh-cut grass? What do you hear? The birds, the wind in the leaves. It's a free, powerful mental reset. Freedom zone number 4, the coffee shop or diner. The third place, freedom zone number 4, the local coffee shop or that classic American diner. Here's the dilemma so many of my patients face. Being at home all the time is lonely, but going to a big loud party or a chaotic family event is exhausting. We need something in between. Sociologists have a wonderful name for this. They call it a third place. It's not home. That's the first place. It's not work. That's the second place. It's a third place.
It provides casual, low-pressure, social interaction. Having a regular table at a local diner or being a regular at the morning coffee shop provides a powerful, powerful sense of belonging. The staff knows your name. They know how you take your coffee. These micro-interactions, just saying hello to the waitress or nodding to the other regulars, these are vital daily medicine against loneliness. So, here's the action. Go there at least twice a week. Become a regular. Put a $5 bill in your pocket, get a cup of coffee, and just be around other people. Read the paper, engage in simple, friendly, small talk. It is more important than you can possibly imagine. Freedom Zone number 5, your church, temple, or spiritual group. And finally, Freedom Zone number 5, the one I promised you, the anchor. This is your church, your temple, your synagogue, or any spiritual or philosophical group. As we get older, we naturally confront the big questions. We feel a deeper need for meaning, for purpose, and we face our own mortality. This is where we find our why. These communities, they provide 3 things that are essential for thriving. 1. Structured social support. People who will call you if you don't show up. 2. A strong, unified sense of purpose. A why that is bigger than just yourself. And 3. A framework for hope.
A way to process grief and find resilience in the storm. The research is overwhelming on this, decades of it. Active spiritual connection, whether that's to a formal religion or a deep sense of community in a volunteer group, is one of the single greatest predictors of psychological well-being, happiness, and even longevity in later life. It is the anchor. So here is the action. If you are part of a faith community, engage. Don't just sit in the back row. Join a committee. Go to the coffee hour. Join a study group. If you are not religious, that is perfectly fine. Find the same fellowship. Explore a local volunteer group, a nonprofit, or a philosophy class at the community center. Find your anchor. As we wrap up, let's go back to my patient, John. Do you remember him from the beginning? The wonderful 72-year-old man who sat in my office and told me with such sadness that he felt his best days were over. The man who was just waiting. Well, I am so happy to tell you that today, John is 74 and he is a completely different person. He volunteers 3 days a week at his local library. He found his freedom zone, as we talked about. He's taking an online college course on Civil War history, not for a degree, but just because he was always curious. And right now, he is busy planning a fishing trip with his grandkids for this summer. John isn't just surviving anymore. He is, in every sense of the word, thriving. And you can too. You now have the tools. You have the 5 toxic mindsets to forget, the 5 powerful actions to start today, and the 5 freedom zones where you can go out and find your joy. The core message, the one thing I truly hope you take away from our time together today, is this. It is never too late to reinvent yourself, your 70s, your 80s, and beyond. These are not a time for withdrawal. They are not a waiting room. They are a time for deep, for meaningful, and for joyful engagement. But all this knowledge is only powerful when we put it into action. So now I have one important question for you, a very personal one. What is the one commitment, just one small thing that you are making to yourself after watching this video? It could be as simple as, I will start that gratitude journal tomorrow morning, or I will call that old friend I've been missing, or even just I promise to visit the park this week. Please share your personal commitment in the comments below. Writing it down, it makes it real, and more importantly, it inspires everyone else in our community to take their own first step. And if you found real value, and I hope some true inspiration in our time together, please show your support by giving this video a like. And to make sure you continue on this journey with us to never miss another video full of this kind of practical wisdom, please hit that subscribe button. It's so much more than just subscribing. It's joining a community of thrivers, all dedicated to living our best lives together. We would be so happy to have you. Finally, think of one person, just one person in your life who really needs to hear this message today, and please share it with them. You might just change their day. You might even change their life. Thank you so much for watching. Stay empowered, and I'll see you soon.